So without further ado, today's first episode of the webinar is with the wonderful Sieuming and Subha, who are both fellow doctors, NHS doctors, currently surgeons, and also founders of SafeAP. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Welcome. I'm really excited for you to join me today because, number one, you're founders of a business. We'll talk about that. And number two, you are women. So there aren't that many women founders out there in general. And number three, you both seem to come from ethnic minority groups.
Yeah.
Again, like, even rarer. So I'm really proud for you to be number one in our list of top influencers in healthcare. So number one question is, can you tell me more about why aesthetics?
I'll go first. So my name is Sieuming. My background is I'm a MaxFact registrar and I'm starting my ST3 training in St. George's in October. So I started aesthetics back in, I would say, CT1, like a number of years ago now. So I decided to venture into aesthetics predominantly because I was very much into like skill-based and like handiwork basically. And I wanted to explore something outside the general things that you would do in the NHS. But I still wanted it to be useful and something that would provide a source of income potentially. And that was really my whole drive. I didn't really know too much about the industry before I ventured into like doing a course and things like that. So it was very much like a slow process of then getting to know the industry a little bit better after I started doing my initial like foundation course.
And Sieuming, and Subha?
For me, I'm coming more of on a client side. So I've always had issues with my skin. Being a doctor, I thought I could kind of treat myself kind of with my acne and my scarring, but I realized actually I didn't have the skills to and the knowledge to actually treat my skin. So I'm coming more of a client side rather than a practitioner side. And aesthetics to me has actually helped me feel a little bit more confident with my skin, and it's actually helped me a lot. So that's why aesthetics.
Yeah, but I would say that when I first started in aesthetics, after I did my initial courses and things, when I started treating friends and family and like expanding my client pool, I would say that the main struggles that I had when I started was that, first of all, it's really difficult marketing yourself unless you're really social media savvy. It's really difficult to be like, I'm amazing, come to me. Like, it's really not easy doing that, especially being like from an NHS.
Especially being a doctor, we're like, number one is like humble and don't tell anyone about what you can actually do.
Exactly,
Is that right?
exactly. And then apart from that, like once you start having a bit more clients, you then have to juggle all the paperwork, so all the medical history questionnaires and the consent forms and your documentation. And then I even had like fellow colleagues who were doing this on an ad hoc basis who were missing appointments because they were just like physically documenting it on their diary, like when they're having like, patients, like clients through the door. So I would say like those were my initial struggles.